Welcome to Ladies-in-Law, where real-world advice meets professional wisdom and empowerment in realms of law and business. Your hosts, Lisa Goucher, Dawn Smith, and Kellye Raymond, bring you innovative strategies, practical guidance, and inspirational stories. Join us as we inspire and support women to thrive in traditionally male-dominated fields. We're here to promote inclusivity and provide practical advice for success. Hi, Lisa and Dawn here today with Ladies-in-Law. We're talking about getting unstuck. Pretty broad topic, because generally I think getting stuck in any part of your life literally rolls over into all the other parts of your life, right? There's a like a nasty momentum when you get stuck. For me, it's like, if my house is clean, my car is clean, my office is clean, like one thing lends itself to another. And then when things start to go in disarray, if my career isn't going where I want it to be, or even challenges with children, we both have adult children, and there's just situations wherein you don't have control, right? Because they're adults.
Yes.
You don't have control. I thought when they were little that, I just couldn't wait till they grew up. That is not the truth. I love them dearly, but Dawn, what do you think about getting stuck and unstuck?
Well, I was just kind of stuck on that topic of our adult children. It is definitely challenging to not have that control. And I think you and I, Lisa, are just kind of control freaks.
Yeah, a little
bit. And it's hard when you have these things running around that you love that you can't control. So it's definitely a growing period. But I think, we all suffer from these moments of doubt and question about, am I in the right place? Am I doing the right thing? Am I growing? I mean, I think that if you're not growing, you're dying, right? You've got to be learning and figuring out how to be better. I mean, we were just talking about listening and the importance of listening, and I agree. It is it's contagious. We talk about positive momentum. There's also negative momentum. So I think making a choice, just making one choice, one decision to do something a little different, even if it's scary, even if you're facing all kinds of different challenges that seem unsurmountable, if you just make that one step in the right direction, make that one choice to move forward, it really is contagious. It really is.
Well, and I think oftentimes we feel we have to reinvent ourselves as a whole. And that's not necessarily the case. It's just taking that one little step, whether it's in your career, your home, your health and wellness, right? I mean, isn't that one of the biggest challenges, is trying to be healthy and kind of beating ourselves up, like feeling stuck, that we're not having any movement. So just doing one thing different, 1% better. That's what really works for me, is I'm just trying to be 1% better. And your mind, what you say to yourself, what comes out of your mouth when you are in one of those low spots. Like, I know as women, we have girlfriends, and venting is therapeutic at times, but you also have to find the balance where you're just creating more issues for yourself.
Right. And that's another thing. I think you need to surround yourself with people that lift you up, that expect a lot from you. I mean, that's why I'm friends with you, because you help me level up, and I really try to surround myself with people that are trying to make a difference, that are trying to make a change, that are going through things to where you can ask somebody for advice. You can ask somebody for help. Doing hard things is hard. So if you're making those conscious choices to surround yourself with positivity as opposed to negativity, that's going to help as well.
Yeah, you definitely have to do what you can to protect your peace. And so what I mean in reference to that is that if you have a loved one, or you're in a coworker situation where you just can't totally walk out the door and escape from that person, you still have to find time for yourself to just step away. You know, you don't have to buy into the office rhetoric or the coworker or, you know, whatever the topic might be. You just have to figure out a way to protect your peace, your sanity, right?
Right. Definitely. I mean, you can't really do anything unless you have your sanity intact. And that's another thing is I think with social media and everything, I think all of us are looking at others thinking they have it so great. Everything's so perfect. You know, they've got it easy. What am I doing wrong? I think that is such a trap that we get into that you just really have to let go of and look at what's happening right now. You know, not necessarily what happened yesterday, not necessarily what we're worried about tomorrow, but what can we do right now? You know, today I'm going to make a difference by just, I don't know, going for a walk like you were talking about, you know, with health, or, you know, today I'm going to really focus on getting this part of this project done. I always tell my daughter, I'm just open the computer. You know, she always gets stuck, and so does my son. They always kind of get stuck because they want everything to be perfect, and they, you know, everything is just so important they want it to be right. And that is something that I struggle with too. And sometimes that just makes you immobile. Like it just paralyzes you. So if you just open your computer and just start typing that one part of that project, you'll turn around about an hour later and realize that you've completely finished something that you thought you could never get done.
Yeah, you get some momentum. And, you know, one of the popular sayings is, you know, fear of missing out. I don't like that saying. I don't want to even convey the fear that I fear that I'm missing something. That shouldn't be a fear, you know, that already sets in motion a chain of events, a thought process. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to touch it. We necessarily don't want to touch it, but the election is right around the corner. That has sparked a lot of fear from many, including myself at times. And, you know, finding that place of peace, I mean, it is paramount to function in your life as a whole. So, you know, that's challenging.
Yeah. And we were talking about making choices. And I think along with that, you have to respect other people's choices. You have to, you know, look at people as a whole, you know, understand that the person that you care about and love, even though they might make a different choice than you under certain circumstances, such as the election, might seem upsetting to you, or you might just change the way you think about that person. But I think if we take a step back, listen to each other, and make sure that we respect one another, regardless of what those choices are, by trying to get to know them and understand where they're coming from, I think that makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, well, it kind of goes to, we had guest Paula Blackman on, who is District 9 represented on the city council here in Dallas. Yeah, she really was inspiring. And one of the things that she said that really stuck with me, because I just think being in a political environment like that would bring fear to me. However, we asked her how she deals with it, and she said she finds the good. She finds something good in every single person. And in that scenario, I think that would be the only way you could truly function, or you would just be in a constant state of anger.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And what can you do? Talk about being stuck.
Oh, definitely.
If you're in a constant state of anger, you will definitely be stuck. Yeah.
Well, and my husband always says, like, if you're angry, it's because you're not getting your way.
Okay, well,
you're
that makes
selfish.
Sense.
Like if you are angry, it's because you didn't get your way. Things didn't go your way. They're not behaving like you want them to behave. Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah,
you know, it's a season. I kind of feel like with the election coming on, I feel like a lot of people feel stuck. And so we have to get through the election and find out what the results are and move forward. But meanwhile, you have to figure out how to function. And I think you have to find other parts of your life that are moving in the right direction and push outside your comfort zone there, or do something that makes you feel good in that area to help find that place of peace.
So there's this really great book that I'm reading called The Body Keeps Score, and we really internalize all of the emotions that we feel. And if you don't deal with those emotions as they're coming at you, then the body holds those emotions into it. And I mean, it's a serious thing to deal with. So what can you do today to really feel those things? I think I've been one of those people that kind of really suppresses things. That has to do with being a lawyer and the persona that I thought that I had to have. I was in court actually yesterday and I had a little fit. So maybe I need to tone it down a little bit because I was not happy about what happened at that hearing. But I'm really trying to kind of lean into how I'm feeling regardless of what that emotion is, and just kind of realize that that's part of who I am, and it's okay. It's okay to feel that. And then if you do, I think that helps, get out of that feeling of being stuck and isolated. I think if you're just feeling those emotions, I think reading really helps me too, because it's like, okay, I'm not the only one that feels this way. I always encourage people to, pick up a good book, pick up something that's inspiring, just start reading it. You don't have to finish it, start reading it, because I think that makes a difference.
Well, if you want to change your mood, take a cold shower.
Cold shower,
yeah,
I'm out.
Cold plunging.
Cold plunge.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you want to immediately have a mood change and a shift, jump in 30 seconds, a minute. You don't even have to stay that long. It just changes your whole dynamic.
Where's the shower?
I really, everything Gary Brecka does, The Ultimate Human, it's just about finding, grounding, breathing, meditating. I love red light therapy. I have a spa that I can go to for that. And all those combination of things, really connecting with the earth, and in the wellness component, you get endorphins that kick in, and they're not like the icky endorphins from, that we get when we jump on social media, right?
That dopamine.
The dopamine rather. Yeah. You don't, you have to have an awareness of where your dopamine hits are coming from. If it's coming from that phone all the time and from social media, like, how does that make you feel? Do you feel better or do you feel worse?
Right. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think, you control your environment, you control how you are making a decision about what's happening in that moment. What can you do right now? And if you make that choice, I'm going to make one step in this direction. And I think that helps get you unstuck, really.
Yeah. And, today it was just talking about like what topics do we want to cover. And I think this one is just so pertinent right now with everything that's going on in the world, and feelings and emotions are heightened, and we're in a countdown phase. And I think it's really important to talk about it.
Yeah. Just talking about what you can control, don't worry about things that you can't control, Exactly. But you have to, but you can. It's just being present, going to those things like, breathing, meditation. And I know it sounds kind of woo-woo, but woo-woo is good.
Woo-woo. I'm all about the woo-woo.
Remind us of the 5 things that you do. Lisa, remind us of the 5 things that you do that really helps you.
The 5 things that I do on the daily. Yeah. 3 out of 5 is my goal. So it's drink your water, get your rest, take your supplements, work out, and eat healthy. If I do at least 3 out of 5 on the daily, it's so easy. It's just like my watch, staying accountable. I need really simple techniques to hold myself accountable. Anything else too complicated, I can't keep up with it. So if I'm doing 3 out of 5, that is an awesome day. More than that is a great day. And 5 out of 5 or more, I'm a rock star. So those things affect me personally and allow me to protect my peace, feel better, make better decisions, and self-care. I think a lot of people don't put enough consideration into self-care because they think it's selfish. But if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of your partner, your children, your coworkers? Like, Dawn, you got a lot of responsibility. So you have to take care of you.
Right. That has to be something that we actually just care about, right? It's just part of us, part of every day. And I struggle with that. I really do. I struggle with that a lot. And I think being able to pick just a few things a day to do, and really giving yourself credit for accomplishing those things just moves you forward.
Yeah. And you get into the point where it's a habit. So you got to figure out, what do you want to be a habit? When I first started it was hard. I actually wrote the 5 things down, right? Because I would have to look at them each day because they just weren't at the top of my mind. But now I've been doing it for so many years. Most of them are just habits that I've created, and I don't even have to think about the 3 out of 5. It just happens.
All right. Well, hopefully those tips have helped you just control what you can, move forward with what you know and what you can do in that moment. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Ladies in Law. We hope you're walking away inspired and ready to shake things up in lawn business. Don't forget to hit subscribe and let us know what you think. Spread the word and share this podcast with your network. Follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes fun and sneak peeks of upcoming episodes. Until next time, keep rocking it, keep breaking the mold, and as always, keep aspiring to inspire.